Hello, my name is Jesse Meekum with another episode of the Jesse Meekum Show, and I'm here each week to obsess out loud about spending purposefully, saving aspirationally, and giving joyfully. It all comes down to just giving every dollar a job. As some of you may know, we recently were in Minneapolis and held a little YNAB FanFest. By little, I mean kind of big. At least it was a big deal to me. And I was thinking about it, just kind of reflecting on the day. And I had two observations. One, spendfulness, a lot of the time, does not mean buying some super unique, whatever gets you going, right? Woodworking clamp, if you will. Spendfulness does not mean necessarily saving up for a very elaborate vacation. Although one YNABer that was there did talk about how they travel internationally, at least 2 weeks at a time, multiple times a year. I thought that was pretty awesome. But it doesn't mean that. The one that struck me was people being able to know what they needed their money to do for them enough where they could roll the dice and take a risk. Take a job that might be a pay cut at first but has far more upside later on. Take a job where there's startup risk involved. Those were the moments where I thought that is also quite spendful. You are not second guessing. You know what your money needs to do for you, and you know what you want to do with your work, your craft, your passion, your profession. And what a sweet, sweet overlap that's there, where your money can be behaving, as they say, and show you, hey, you can do this. Like, you have some runway here. You could swing for the fences and really try and make something go. Whether it's launching your own services business, branching out on your own, out from underneath some other bigger umbrella, whether it's rolling with some big, medical device idea that you've got going on. But being able to take a risk by having the risk be calculated, that is spendfulness, because there's two things involved. There's the margin that you've built up, and that margin is so critical for you being able to take the risk in the first place. And then there's this confidence that you know what your money needs to do. And when that job is done, you can go off and do the other job, which is to create something amazing in the world. And I ran into a few people there at the FanFest in Minneapolis where that was their story. They would come up and they would say, hey, I'm really grateful for YNAB because, and then they would basically talk to me about their startup, about this somewhat risky venture that was slightly less risky because of how spendful they were living. So when you eliminate that second guessing, when you build that margin, it opens up opportunities that, yes, they have a lot to do with money and they could be financially very rewarding, but they're also you. And so isn't that interesting that as you get to know yourself more in the world and get to express yourself more forcefully, more accurately in the world, that in and of itself can open up an opportunity for you to then spend your energy, calories, time, effort, network, education to create something truly great. And yes, hopefully have amazing financial rewards, but just have a little bit of humanity unleashed appropriately. I just love that idea. So let's not get caught up thinking that living spendfully means that we're living a month ahead, which is fantastic. We want you to do that. Or that you're saving up for that next vacation, which is fantastic, and we want you to do that. But let's also remember that it gives you the margin and the confidence to be able to swing for the fences professionally in your career. And I don't know if you can really put a monetary amount to that kind of freedom, that kind of opportunity. Might we just say that just comes down to giving every dollar a job?